Hey everyone, so I'm starting with the session and today I'm going to show you the full process. So I'm starting from again because unfortunately I was not able to record the session yesterday. So yeah, that's the reason I am showing you today that my process from start to finish again so that it can help you and again. Yeah, so far we have done this much, but as I said, the session was not covered and we have not done the recording. So I'm going to start the piece again so that you get the complete idea how I did, right? So what I'm doing, first I'm just going to spray some water in my table so my sheet will be moist for a long period of time, right? Trying to seal the areas. This tape is bit low quality. I think it's not sticking in my paper, or my paper is quite wet. Maybe that can be the reason. So I don't think so this will going to work. So I think I should remove it, right? Otherwise it will keep disturbing me. So I'll just paint like this and remove the just wipe the extra water from my paper. Right. Once again, I'm just going to spray like this. So that I can avoid those strokes on my sheet. Paint brushes here. This is my palette. I'm going to keep my palette here. And I will shift my sheet, trying to cover everything inside the screen. And just I'm going to give one nice glaze. And just check from side that if you have nicely applied water to all the areas, right? I have water here, 2 drops of water. And here I can show you the color mixing also. So as you already know the entire process I have shared with you, but as I'm starting again, so let's start and here I'm going to show you that, see, first we are going to work with the sky part. So basically it will be the blending and coming up with the correct values. Here you can see the lightest tone of yellow, right? Here is the lightest pink color and here is the big, blue color. So first of all, let's come up with this gradient. Here is dark orange color. So let's first of all work on these values. And once we are done, so then we are going to start further. For For this one, I'm going to use my angular brush. I'll make sure that my brush is nicely clean before I use. So let's prepare the values first. Okay, we can't directly put color from here on our paper. So what I'm going to do, let's first of all prepare the color tones, right? And I'm mixing little by little. Yellow. So I got a nice orange here. And then I also have orange. So whenever you are starting with any medium, first of all, see which color is the lightest value. Okay, lightest color in that entire canvas or your reference image. So I'm going to start with the yellow. Yellow is the lightest tone that I can see, but this is not a pure yellow. I need to reduce the opacity of this yellow, and for that I'm going to use white. I'm going to mix white here and keep checking your reference image when I'm doing this so that you get idea why I am working like this. Okay, why I'm using this color, so you will get idea. This is the lightest yellow, but I feel like this yellow is not pale yellow. It's a little bit tinsy, tiny. I can see the touches of red. Very, very slightly, I can see touches of red. Until and unless I'm not satisfied with the color, I I will not move forward. And keep mixing the values. And first, instead of directly putting here, just check in your other sheet and test the color. Now, is it the same color that you need? Okay, so I'm starting with a lighter value. You can see I am using bigger size brush because with bigger size brush, I can cover the most of the areas. And as I move upward, I can feel the touches of red. So I'll just add some red to same mix and then I can go this way. Palette I'm using limited. So first of all, work on the lighter value if you don't want to make your paints muddy. Okay. Always start from the lighter value. Hmm. So little by little, I'm adding colors and I'm checking the tones. adding orange yellow. White is always there. I'm not keeping my colors pure. I'm mixing white with them. And then I'm going to add a very less water. So just dip the um, corner of your brush and then work. I'm going to use more orange here. I'm not rinsing my brushes. I'm shifting. I'm picking different colors. Wherever I see it's more yellow, I'm adding more yellow. And here I'm going to use more yellow because it's quite bright and glowing in this area. Here I'm going to add the cloud, but I'm adding the base tone because some of these color will be visible when I'm going to add the cloud. So it will look really nice and natural. Same thing I can add here at the same time because when I'm working on lighter values, same lighter values I can see here, the bottom part, right? So I can add at the same time. Water is less because I already glazed my sheet. So I'm using less water in my brush. And wherever I see red more, I'm adding red more. Where I see red is less, so I'm adding less red. Good. Shift little bit because I want to show you mixing also. It's perfect. So whenever you are doing the color mixing, first of all, just test in small area. Like I just added one or two strokes and see if it is looking dark, you add more white to it. I'm adding the base tones. This is just a first layer, so I'm keeping it light. Thin layers, okay? So this time I'm working with thin layers. You can go with thick layers. Maybe colors are looking darker at this time, but we have to wait. When it will dry, then only I will get the real colors. Okay. And just yellow, and I'm adding some white because this side is in this area, I can see it's lighter value and a very small touch of red, which is not even visible that I'm using red. Yeah, so this is the value. You can see I am working with different colors in different area. It's always good idea to work with bigger size brush. This way you will avoid those patches and strokes you see in your work. I added some blue with red, but I don't want this much dark, so I'm going to reduce the opacity by just adding white. And then I will keep checking my reference image and I'll see is this is the correct value that I need or this is the color that I need. I'll just check in small area. If it feels like it's quite dark, I'm going to add more white. Very less water. Now I can just add that value and check how it is looking. If it is again looking like darker value, you add color. So Whenever we want to reduce opacity of any color, we add white. I'm going to check how it is looking. We don't have to copy the entire reference image. I'm adding some more ultramarine and I'm changing the value here. And this side, it's completely ultramarine with white. So I'm changing my brush so that I can create that exact value. Because I have a lot of paint in my this brush, right? So I don't want to rinse my brush. And when I'm not able to move my brush, if it feels like it's drying, you add some water. And always add water drop by drop. Here this side is a shadow of both. So I'm going to make it more white, which I can see in my reference image. Okay, now I can work on this area as I have already done the lighter values. I need to add more lighter values, but um, let's see if I'm able to add the another value here because at some point we have to wait for our paper to dry so that we can build the new layer on top. So I'll just check if it works. So first layer was thin and now I'm slowly increasing the amount of paint. Not too much, very less. As I told you, when colors are wet, your paper is wet, you will not able to see what exactly is going there. Okay. You will not able to add the another layer without checking the values. So I'm not doing much. So I'm slowly building values because um, this is how it works. When you continuously keep working without checking the values, after some point you will feel like, what should I do? I can't see anything now. Okay, so wait for some time. You can just work on some another area, then again go back and work on that area. So that way it can work, right? So first I will just work on this area. I'm going to add that blue. And blue, I'm going to keep it very, very muted or very light. It will not be dark. So you can change the colors if you want. See, I'm not able to drag my paint. That means I need more water. And then I will go down. I think I will increase the blue here. Hmm. Now I have to shift to lighter value, so I'll rinse my brush and I will use white, more white with this color. I'm just using more white with this color. Okay, and little bit I'm adding red, very less. It will not even look like I'm adding. And then we do the good blending. So I'm going to start from here and then I'll go down. And then once you added that value, you go with your damp brush and make sure it is nicely cleaned to get the fresh, vibrant colors. And then you go in upward direction. I'm blending colors here. It should not look like separate. So slowly, I'm going to work on glowing lights, right? And we can't create those glowing light at one go. We have to go it step by step. Okay. So as this area is still wet, I can't go in that area. But slowly I can build little by little, like adding some touches of white. If the area is wet and you are working on that area, so it might be possible that you are going to disturb the bottom layers, okay? And then your colors will be keep mudding. So you can wait for some time and then you work on that area. Okay, so for now, what I can do, I have applied all the lighter values, and now I'm going to block the scene from outside. Okay, so blocking means I'm going to add some more darker values here. This side I'm going to make, and the center part will be glowing, more and more glowing, right? Even what I can do, I can first increase the darkness here, this area, by just adding more blue, very less blue. Okay. So maybe just the corners you can do. And I don't want to disturb these lighter values. So I'm rinsing my brush again and again just to make sure that my values are fresh. Every time you will see shift in values. Why this happens? Because when colors dry, I told you it looks darker. Okay. So again, we have to fix the values. Okay. Now, I think I can work on clouds. I can add one base layer to the clouds, and then we can I'm going to add the clouds. For that, I have to prepare the values. So you can see here values are quite changing. Here the color is different, here different, it's different. So why these colors are different? The colors which are muted and light, it will be visible in distance. Okay, so this is how we can add the impression. If any color is more dark and more crisp, so here you can see lines are more crisp, right? That means this is in foreground and these are in distance, these clouds. So we have to create that kind of impression. And plus the whatever color I put there, same color I am going to add here, this area and this area. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. Let's prepare the value. I'll take the ultramarine blue and I'm going to add some red because it's not completely blue. And some white, very less white. Some white. I added some white. Now color is bit changed. And I'm adding some water also, right? So now what I can do, I will take my round brush. So this is one of the techniques to do the cloud section. I'm using round brush and I will just wet the area. Okay, or you can do it with flat brush also. I'm going to wet the area. We don't need much water, very less water. There should be a shine, only a glaze. Or you can do this with your flat brush also. I'm adding to all the area where I need to put the clouds. And then I can wait for some time. So as I said that don't immediately put your color in your sheet. Just test somewhere. So just check if this color okay or is it dark, right? It's quite dark. I can add some more red and a little bit of white to make it more light, right? Again, I'm going to test the color. Everything a little bit more white. Okay, I can go with this one. See, it's not too watery and not too creamy, right? Because I'm adding the base layer. And now what I'm going to do, first of all, just check in small area how it is behaving. And I'll just zoom the area so that you can see nicely. I'm just going to check. And I'm adding this color. This area is wet, not too wet, okay? And what I'm doing, I'm just adding stroke this way, not this way. I'm just doing this way. So I'm moving my brush this side. Okay. This is the base of cloud. And then I'm going to make some, because here is a glowing light. I can't add this color here. So to same color, I can add some orange. So I'll just check how orange looks. Because it's a complementary color and it can look like a muddy. Okay. So I'm going to prepare the color by this with some red. And now I will see if I add yellow, how it will look. Okay. Some white. And then I'll see if this color works. We are preparing the base colors, so that is fine. Keep mixing your colors until and unless you are not satisfied with that, right? If you think it's a wrong color, no worries. Immediately prepare the new tone. Sometimes we don't get the desired result just because we have multiple colors in our brush. So we have to keep rinsing our brush. Let's take this color here. I'm running out of orangish yellow, so I will pick that color. and I will try to see if I can do some mixing, how it is looking. So always test it. Okay. So I'm just mixing this orange and I'm checking how it will look if I mix with this color. Okay. So this is the color. I will first of all test in small section. I will see how it is looking. If it looks like fine, I can use it. And this is just a base layer. Close to the glowing area, I'm going to keep values lighter. We'll do this one, this cloud. Just go in the direction of form. And I'm slowly adding, pinch by pinch, I'm adding darker color in this one so that I can create some shades to this cloud. Now here it will be more lighter value, so I'm going to add white here. And a little bit I'm going to make this orangish yellow. It is close to the glowing light. The clouds will also look more glowing. And keep checking values, how it is looking. If you feel it's too much, so again, you can fix it. And there should not be any kind of sharp edges. If there will be sharp edges, it will look like it you have just put on top. Okay, so we have to make it like part of subject. If I see anywhere it's looking dark, so I can fix the values. We can make it as realistic as we want, but it takes time. Let's work on this area because it will go more dark. And I have to prepare dark color. So this is my ultramarine blue. And in ultramarine blue, I can add very less red. You can see how I'm adding very less. And then I'm going to add some water. Oh, it's too much of water. Let's see if I'm able to control it or not. And I'm also maintaining my base layers. I think it will give me a 3D kind of result, right? So with the same brush, I can go and add some shades here. If you're interested, you can join my gouache painting course where I'm teaching in detail. And we are going to touch every single element, how to paint water, clouds, nature, birds, flowers, everything we are covering. So if you want to be part of that community, you can let me know. So here, what we are doing in this session is just a very small part. I'm giving you the overview how gouache works, right? This is not an entire knowledge about gouache. It is like very, very detailed. Like you learn the watercolor, you learn acrylic oils. Same as with gouache. There is lot to learn. If you love oil paintings, you will improve your oil paintings or acrylic painting by working on gouache also, right? So this medium is very good for practice, especially used by professional artists, those who are looking for, they do quick studies when they are looking for a final result. So if anyone is looking for inspiration about watercolor painting and they want to see the final result, they quickly go and work with gouache. Many artists do this so that they get idea how the final piece will look. And here is a horizon line which I have not prepared yet. Let's add that line. I'm adding flat color here, but we can add multiple variation by just reducing this opacity, by increasing the opacity. So first of all, I'm just adding a flat color here, and then later I can add different tones. Instead of keeping it flat, you can add some dots, some dashes, so it looks like there is something in distance. We are not done with the clouds yet. And when I'm done with the 2, 3, 4 layers, then I have to increase the paint. Okay, not water. And you can see how I'm slowly building values. And also understand that you don't have to overdo, right? Sometimes we just enjoy and we keep doing it. You have to understand. I can add more glowing lights here, right? So I'll just completely remove this darker value from my brush. Make sure because we are going to work on lighter values, and for this I think what I can do, I will use my smaller size brush. Okay, this one, because we are going to add tiny details here. So I want to keep my colors fresh. Um, so let's see what values are there. Checking that if this will going to work or not. Okay, so I can prepare different values here by looking my reference image. Don't just paint on your own. Check the values and then only apply. So I'm using more and more paint, and now pigment is less.